everybody. I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report, and I am absolutely thrilled to welcome Michael Irby from the Expanse and Mayans MC to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Michael, how are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for inviting me to your happy hour. That is something I've been missing for the last 8 months. You know, I like those random hangs, those spontaneous hangs, meeting people at the bar. But yeah, hey, I'm at yours. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, The Expanse is closing in on its season finale of season 5,
Sure.
and you are one of the newest and I dare say most important cast members. So
Yeah.
tell us about what it's been like for you to play Admiral Delgado.
Admiral Delgado. I was just wrapping up season 2 of the Mayans, and I thought I was going to get a little downtime and a little break. And my agent called me and said, "Hey, buddy, I got a job for you, straight offer for the Expanse." And I said, "How? I don't know. I don't know how that came about." And we know a mutual, Noreen Shankar, who is the showrunner over there, and we'd worked together previously. And I thought I was going to be a belter because that's kind of my MO. I show up fully tatted, ready to fight. And then I found out I was Admiral Delgado. Pleasantly surprised. And, everybody was so welcoming over there. And to work with Sheree, who is an absolute legend and just such a force of a woman, it was really exciting, I got to say, because the Mayans is leather and gangsters and drugs and kind of cavemen, actually. And the Expanse is 200 years in the future, and we're out in the outer space, and it's kind of after we've destroyed this world. So it was, the writing is so good on it, the production is so good on it. Amazon, they're really crushing the game over there. Yeah, it was a great ride. It was a great ride.
Well, I love the camaraderie that you and Sheree Agdashlu have as she plays Undersecretary Ava Sarala,
Oh, yes.
especially the looks that you two give each other. How did your working relationship develop? And also tell us about some of the other cast members there.
Well, Sheree and I, when you throw actors together and when the writing is on the page, you start to dig through the clues and kind of see how well we actually know each other, what type of history we have with each other. Is it friendly? Is it adversarial? Is it, like as an actor, that's the homework, right? You go in, you figure out what the relationship is. And, Sheree and I, the two characters, we knew each other. We had a lot of history, and we just really jumped in and we played with that. And we really liked each other as people, which is always easier to play as an actor when you like the other person that you're working with. So, we just kind of hung out. This was all pre-COVID, right? So we could hang out. We went and had dinner. We went and had lunch, and we walked around Canada a little bit. They shoot up in Toronto. But yeah, she was just awesome. So it really wasn't hard. I didn't have to work. And all those looks that we have with each other, it was just because we were familiar and we got comfortable with each other and we appreciated each other's spirit, I guess. We're both kind of, we appreciated the fight within each other.
Any clues on if you guys are going to be successful in saving us from the proto molecule?
Well, I think you're going to have to wait and find out. I cannot say a word. There's one more episode left, and I think you might find the punchline to the joke, and you also might find out if we're able to save the world from the proto molecule. So you just got to hang tight. I believe it's airing tomorrow, if not Wednesday. And then all your answers will be answered or all your questions will be answered.
I was just testing you. I kind of knew you couldn't tell me, but I want to switch gears now. You also mentioned Mayans MC and the season finale. I'm not going to give any spoilers here with, let's just say, Easy and Dita together. And Easy becomes a full member. But how do you feel when you put on the cut, the El Presidente cut of the Santo Padre Charter as Bishop Losa? How does that make you feel?
I'm an animal. And when I throw on that cut and the leather and, the boots and the jeans and the chains and it's just, it's just a whole nother party. I got to tell you, I've waited my whole life for this job. And you
Really?
don't know that. Oh, absolutely. I played a lot of amazing characters, but to be the president of the MC, uh, to be the president of the MC, a lot of my jobs, a lot of my career, I've been answering to the president, or I've been kind of the guy that, goes to the top or goes to the boss. And with this, I am the boss. And it kind of starts and stops with me. And, you just when you start to put on that wardrobe, and you take a look in the mirror before you step out of the trailer to go and whatever it is that you're going to do, um, that's a game changer right there. I mean, much so like looking at Delgado, I'm looking at myself like, who the hell is that? Wow, buddy, you wear that very well, that suit, the medals, the everything. But I gotta say, I love the leather. I love the leather. I love being a bad boy. There's nothing wrong with making bad trouble. I like bad trouble.
Well, I think you're getting into that trouble with Elgin James, the showrunner, and of course Kurt Sutter, and the pedigree that is brought to Mayans from Sons of Anarchy. So tell
Sure.
us a little bit about that. And also, there's a very surprise ending shot at the end of season 2 that involves Sons of Anarchy. So I don't know if you're going to care to say anything about that, but I did have to ask you.
Well, season 2's already aired. If you
I
haven't seen
know.
it, shame on you. But yeah,
Seen it, but maybe some of
yeah,
our viewers haven't. So yeah,
yeah.
okay,
Well,
go
no,
for
hey
it.
man, catch
You
up.
know
There's
what?
no
Go for
spoilers
it,
here,
Michael.
right? There's no spoilers. Everybody freaking dies, and I'm at the hand of that. We're unloading clips on the VM. They shouldn't have been there in the first place. Yeah, people are living and dying over here on the Mayans MC. A lot of questions are going to be answered in season 3. We're excited for everybody to see that. But yeah, at the end of season 2, there was a war.
Right.
There was a war that we'd started, or we didn't really start it, but we damn well are going to finish it, because it's called the Mayans MC, right?
Right.
And with the whole SOA thing, much credit where credit is due. Those guys kind of paved the way for us.
Right.
But let's not mix it up, right? Like, we're not a spinoff of Sons. We are a standalone series. We are the Mayans MC. And if the Sons show up, I'm sorry to say it, they might die. Again, like, that's just the way it is in the MC world. When Mayans showed up over there was always a problem, and Mayans might die. So you got to flip the script a little bit. And for all those that love Sons, I appreciate you. I just want everyone to know that we're kind of a standalone. We're doing our own thing over here, and hopefully everybody can come on and get on board.
Well, you've already shot the first part of season 3, correct? So do you want to tell us what? And I believe it starts in April. I don't know if we have a premiere date yet, but if you can give us anything.
There's no official date. I cannot give you a thing on season 3, as much as I would like to. It's supposedly, I don't know, from the words out there, maybe we're taking a darker turn. There's definitely a lot of character development. If you thought you liked these guys before, maybe you liked an idea of these guys, but now I think you're going to be able to see you're going to be able to get a little bit of a backstory on each of the characters to find out why you like them or why you hate them. In today's world where everyone is so self-conscious, I guess, and everybody is, we're very PC right now, and I don't really understand the PC-ness. And on the Mayans, we don't really take any prisoners. We're in it for the good fight. You might not like us, and that's okay, right? That's okay.
Well, I'm looking forward to season 3 very much.
Sure.
So it's been a great ride so far. And with Elgin James in charge, I'm sure that it'll be a wilder ride continuing. So I think
Elgin
that's all we're going to say about it, right?
Hey, Elgin's fearless, and he's walked the walk and he's talked the talk. He has a history of his own. You can go on Google and YouTube and figure it all out for yourself. But like it is nice to have somebody in your corner who is telling that story and who you're kind of responsible for that story, right? Like we have to be responsible now. And it is, it's exciting. I'm thrilled to be with Elgin and Deb and the entire writing team. And I couldn't be on a better network, FX #fearless. That's their whole MO. And I think we're bringing it.
Well, talking about Fearless, Michael, let's discuss your role on the unit, the David Mamet show, which was based on Delta Force, in which you portrayed Sergeant Charles Gray, also known as Betty Blue, alongside actors including Dennis Haybert and Wes Chatham, who's also, funny enough, with you on The Expanse. I'd love to hear about some of your memories doing that show.
Wow. The unit was a special gig. Again, I hadn't been in Los Angeles that long. I'd been out here for a couple of years. I was coming from New York. I went out there to study and everything. And, I was working, I was doing my thing. And then this meeting came up for the unit. And, I've always kind of had that, little fight in me. But in my younger days, I was more of an athlete, so I never went towards the military. But I have an entire resume of military dudes on my resume, because there's a through line, there's a likeness that I understand and a righteousness that I understand. And that was a hot time. It was we were still in a conflict. We were still over in Afghanistan and Iraq and all over the world. So that show resonated. I had so many fans come up, my brother's there, my uncle's there, my cousin's there. And to be on something that is real, right? Like the Mayans, it has its own element of reality to it, but it's also very fictional. We know that this is a world that, we know about, but we can't really tell you all about it. And much like the Delta or Special Forces world, we know a lot about it, but we can't give you everything. And, with the unit, we really showed the home life, and we also showed what it was like to be on missions. And that was hands down. That was the one that made Michael Irby. I still talk to all those guys now. Those are all my brothers. And now I'm just making a bigger family here with these badasses over here on the Mayans.
Well, I always fondly remember Dennis as the first Black president on 24.
Come on now.
People forget that about him, but I remember.
Yeah.
Dennis Hayes.
No, Dennis was. I mean, a lot of people say that he kind of paved the way for Obama. And, a lot of people, that was, as much as you see things on television, you kind of almost become familiar with them and get comfortable with them. Much so what happened with Trump here. I don't think if, having his show already put him in so many houses, and that was a familiarity that people were okay with, and we ended up here where we are, but, neither here nor there. But yeah, Dennis, I think, paved the way for a lot of those to see Obama as something that I could live with, right? Watching President Palmer. Dennis is a dear friend of mine. We golf. We like to golf once a week. Since I'm a president now, on a TV. Since I'm a president as well, I guess I got to start golfing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's your thing. But looking at your filmography, you have so many other incredible roles. But I've noticed you've played a lot of detectives, including on Almost Human, True Detective, and then of course you were mentioning your military men in shows including CSI Cyber, Rosewood, and SEAL Team.
Yeah.
So what is it about those kind of roles that attracts you?
I guess I have kind of an investigative mind. I don't like to just take what you said as the truth or what you say on the surface. And with those roles, whether it's in my eyes or whether they believe that I believe that I can get to the bottom of things. So when, I don't know if I was attracted to those roles or that people were attracted to me playing those roles. I don't know if it was like the chicken before the egg, right? Because when I was in acting school, I was like the funny dude. And when I got out of acting school, I became this guy who needed to know the truth, and the guy that would be willing to fight or die for the truth. And that has kind of, as much as Delgado or as much as Betty Blue or Bishop, I'm willing to die for what I believe in. I'm willing to figure out and get to the bottom of things if I believe that there was something that was, if I believe that there was a wrong done to somebody. So I guess in those kind of detective things, I can really sit with the information and then process that information and then create action on that information. And that's just Michael Irby. I don't really, like I said, I don't really know if I'm attracted to those roles or those roles are attracted to me. Yeah.
Okay, let's leave that as a mystery, but a wonderful mystery. And I just want to congratulate you on and propose a toast to your
Hey,
continuing role on the Expanse and also Mayans MC. And I want to thank you so much for taking time out to be with me today.
it was my
Tonight,
pleasure. Thank you
actually,
for
for
having
happy
me.
hour.
Hey, boom, boom. Happy hour. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Hey, cheers. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Take care. Bye.
Ding, ding. See you.